Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi and today we're doing another pick a card. Today's pick a card is one I've never done before. I've had it requested a lot and I just never got around to doing it, and I was drawn to do it today of all days. So that's what we're doing, and it is how men versus women view you. So we're going to be looking at the contrast of that and just seeing how differently people view you, how differently men and women view you basically, which is a bit of a twist in regards to the like self-awareness kind of like ego boost videos. I'm excited to do it because I've never done a video like this before, and I've never like, you know, got around to doing it. So that's what we're doing today. I have 4 piles for you guys to choose from. Pile number 1 is the red jasper. Pile number 2 is the bumblebee jasper. Pile number 3 is the malachite. And pile number 4 is the rose quartz. So see which crystal you are drawn to. The timestamps are going to be in the description box as usual, and I will see you guys at your timestamp. Hey pile 1, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at how men versus women view you. So you guys chose the red jasper. I'm going to start with this particular tarot where we're going to be taking a look at how men view you, and then once I've pulled the cards and we've channeled for that, I have the triple weight tarot and we're going to be taking a look at how women view you. So let's get in. Spirit guides, can you tap me into the collective of my pile number 1s? I'm sure it was the other day, like I was opening up to a pile and I was being shown a fish just like swimming in the water, and I'm being shown that again. I don't know why. It could be like a symbol of like a spirit animal or something coming through. There could be a message in that. It's the same fish as well. It's like you know the fish from Nemo that's in the fish tank and it's like black and white, and I'm sure it has yellow on it. It's that. So that's coming through for whoever needs it. So pile number 1, please, spirit guides, tap me into the collective of my pile number 1s, please. How do men view my pile number 1s? How do men view my pile? Oh god, okay. We have the Tower. We have the 2 of Wands. I'm hearing untouchable. How do men view my pile number 1, please, spirit guides? We have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, I keep hearing untouchable. I'm not hearing a song or anything, it's just the word untouchable. Oh, am I using them? No. Okay, pile number 1, please, spirit guides. How do men view my pile number 1s? We have the Fool, it's just flipped over. How do men view my pile? I'm being shown the California Girls video where they're like dancing with like candy and like sweets and stuff. I don't know why. I'm also being told there's like a certain charm that you have. No matter what gender you are, there is a charm that you have that it almost kind of flows from your aura. It's not even like, you know, you see people and they're like really it's just that their voice, or they're very overly flirty, or they have that charm in nature. It's like, it's not even that, it's just your aura in general. I'm being shown the voice from, it's like a TikTok sound, and it's like, you've charmed me, like a really British accent, and I'm hearing that, like, and it's like, you're not even doing anything. It's like, I feel like people may even think that you're flirting, but it's almost their own energy that they're like picking up on, because they may find you attractive. And even if you are like, let's just say you're a male watching this and you're not attracted to males, like, I don't know why, there's almost this feeling of like, it's just your charm, it's just your nature. Like, I just feel like you could, I'm hearing the Nicki Minaj lyric, I could sell water to Flipper. Like, I just feel like you're quite easily, like, this is coming from like other men, I just feel like you can easily persuade people if you wanted to. It's coming through like, if you are attracted to males, like, it's coming through in like a siren sort of energy, like you could lure them if you wanted to. Like, that's how it's coming through. but yeah, 100%, like there's this charm. But it's funny because I don't even think it's anything that you're doing on purpose. I think it's just people like naturally being drawn to, you know, your aura and your energy, or something you possess in that. And I think that you can definitely like lead people. It's reminding me as well of like H2O, Just Add Water, when Cleo had these powers that could help her sing. So she had this kind of siren like voice where she was able to sing, and she was like luring all the boys basically from her town to her doorstep because she was just singing. Like the moon kind of like affected her in that way. So no matter what gender you are, there's a charm that I do feel like you guys have over men or other men. Like that's something that I'm picking up. Pile number 1, please, spirit guides. Pile number 1, one final card. How do men view my pile 1s? Queen of Cups, yeah. Back at the deck we have the Hermit as well, but there's this untouchable feeling as well. Again, I'm being taken to the Little Mermaid of like Eric, and you know, Ariel's like not part of that world, but it's almost like it's like you're over here, I'm over here, and there's a fence, and you're like that prized possession, or maybe you're doing something. It's either like people want to be with you or people want to be you, if that's the energy coming through from like how men view how men view you. It's either like I want to be you or I want you on my arm. It's either or for you guys. I think that you do have a very attractive, very alluring presence. For some of you guys, I'm being told it is your voice, the way that you speak. For some of you guys, it's just your like attitude. It's giving me like give me someone that has this sort of energy, like, you know, like Alexia Demi, if we're gonna go there. Like she doesn't like, yeah, okay, she has like, she's Maddie something in Euphoria. I haven't watched Euphoria, but I know she's Maddie in that, and I know she has like a song or two out, but everyone's like, she kind of like stands out, and it's like you either want to be her or you want to be with her, sort of thing. And it's not anything she does. It's not even really the way she speaks or the way she carries herself. It just is her aura that's just given this mystique. And obviously we don't know a lot about her, so there's this mystique that it's like you're drawn to about her. And I think that from men, that's how people view you guys. Again, no matter what gender you are, it's just how they view you. It's like I either want to buy all of the clothes and stuff to look like you, or I want to literally be a part of you and be like a power couple sort of thing with you. And I think that, you know, if you are I do feel like a lot of men are genuinely attracted to you. Again, no matter what gender, I feel like men are attracted to you, the way that you move, the way that you talk, the presence that you have. It's like captivating, you're captivating, and that's how you're viewed. And like I was saying, I feel like there's a lot of projection then, I do feel. This is coming out very like in romantic fields straight away, so I am going to say that. But I think that men sometimes may even think you're flirting, and that you're interested, when in actuality you're not. Which is funny, because sometimes I'll pick up on a pile and they're not, that like they are being flirted with, but they don't really see it, like they're not aware. Whereas you guys, it's like people think you're like into them when in actuality you might not be. And it's quite funny in a way, because I'm being shown someone like projecting onto you, like, oh yeah, they'd be into me, or like even like, I feel like people overanalyze, like, and I'm talking about men now, I feel like they may overanalyze, because you know how a lot of the time men that have a lot of divine masculine energy within them, they're more logic based. It's just a natural part of their instincts. And what I find then is that they may start to like analyze little moves you do. Like I'm literally being shown someone, like say now you're sitting with someone and you like pat their knee, right? I'm just thinking of something, maybe you've done that before, you patted someone's knee. I'm being shown someone like typing into their phone, what does it mean if someone pats your knee? What do they mean? Do they like you, or are they interested, or you know, what does that mean? And like almost over analyzing little things you do. I'm being shown like a little laugh, or an eye roll. It's like, what does it mean if someone does an eye roll, or someone you're interested in eye rolls at you? Or like I'm being shown a lot of that. So there's a lot of like analyzing. I am picking up like a very sexy, sensual demeanor that you guys carry naturally, that I think that people are drawn to. And I do also feel, even if you're like a male watching this and you may not even be attracted to other males, you know what I mean? I'm being shown them still being quite attracted to you in that sense. Whether it comes across in them trying to mimic you to have that same aura as you, or just genuinely being attracted to you, that's coming through as well. So you do have and carry that kind of like it girl, it boy mentality in a way, but I feel like it's just your aura. I think that you're not, how do I explain this? So I think that you guys may have a lot of water in your charts, like Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, but I think it's very developed. You can have a very underdeveloped energy or a very developed energy, and I think it's very developed to the point that it doesn't, I feel like your emotions don't carry you, you carry your emotions. Like you've gained control over them with this Queen of Cups. So it's like, sorry guys, my camera cut out. But yeah, I just feel like you've gained control over your emotions. And I feel like whereas people would maybe want like a reaction from you, or want, it's like you're keeping everything to yourself. And I think as well, you're someone that looks out for yourself and isn't too bothered about what other people are doing. And in a world where people try to play chess like that, especially men with a lot of masculine energy, there is like that chess game that tends to be played. I feel like your moves are very like, they almost feel hidden and under wraps. So there's a lot of like trying to work you out in a mystique, because really strongly with the Two of Wands, there's almost this feeling with the Tower card and then the Two of Wands, it's like when you do come into like a male's life and being told that to stand next to you, whether it's like either wanting to be like you or how do I explain it, befriend you, or again in a romantic sense be in your life, there is almost this feeling of like, I've got to tear down my foundations and build another one up to get over the fence. It's like you may even draw in a romantic sense, like, and you may not mean to do it, but like people that are already in a relationship, like you may find that like especially if you're like attracted to men, I feel like you may draw in people that are already connected with someone and then coming towards you, because there is almost like an essence of that, or being drawn to you, because there's something about you, like I don't know what it is, but there's something about you, it's like forbidden fruit, and I think that's like a really like strong essence, and I don't know whether it's just you just not being interested, or you carry that mystique that it's like forbidden fruit, or whether it is genuinely people in relationships like it's forbidden fruit, but I really want to like step there, you know what I mean? Or it could be with this Queen of Cups energy as well, and we have got the Ace of Wands, and again the Hermit at the back of the deck. There's this Alchemist, high priestess, high priest energy, where you are very in your divine feminine energy, and you have got this healing notion, and you are very intuitive. So there's almost this energy of like I don't have a tail to swim to the bottom of the ocean like a mermaid tail. I do not have gills, but I'm willing to risk it all and jump in with my, you know, human lungs and my legs, you know what I mean? Like I'm willing to do that. So there's almost this feeling of, for me to get to where they're at, I've got to go into waters I haven't reached, which reminds me of someone that's very emotionally in touch with themselves really deep. Like there's, I don't know if you guys have Scorpio Venus, Scorpio Moon, but there's just like a depth here that people are like, okay, this is waters I haven't tapped into before, but I wanna go down there. So in a romantic sense, that's definitely something that people feel, but they definitely, there's this feeling of filling out of their depths. It's a feeling of literally like when they tell you about like sirens luring like fishermen and stuff to their death underwater, like it's almost a feeling like some people may feel that like forbidden fruit. I don't know if I should be doing this, I don't know if this is gonna work out for me, but it's a bit of a risk. Like there is a feeling of that, but then at the same time I feel like one thing that I think draws people in as well is maybe your lack of interest in how do I explain this? You're not someone that's people pleasy or anything like that, which is nothing wrong with. I was born with people pleasing tendencies. I've had to work through it, and maybe you were, but where you're at now, you're very much in this state of like, again, divine feminine receiving. So there's almost this feeling of like you're not out here to impress. The only person that you're impressing is the person in the mirror. So it naturally gives off this energy to other people, specifically men who are, you know, naturally like, you know, givers and the doers. It gives that energy and signals that energy like, come and pour into my cup. So they're wanting to like do that or wanting to fall after that, and I feel like that's something that draws people in. Like, not that, oh, I'm out for myself, I'm selfish, but like I'm gonna do what's ultimately best for me. you have one chance sort of thing. And I think that is very alluring to people too. So that's like an essence that you definitely have. And I think that as well, you're seen by men as very beneficial, whether it's the wisdom you have, whether it's financially, whether again it's just your aura. It's like a golden, you are put on a pedestal, I'm gonna be honest with you, or something like a talent that you have. It could be in Korea and you have like male co-workers and they see your talents or something that you have being very beneficial, so it would make sense for them to be around you. You could enrich their life, but then there's almost this insecurity that may come up in some people. Well, how could I enrich their life? What could I bring to them? You know, there's a lot of analyzing you and trying to work you out for sure. But yeah, no, definitely there's like there's definitely like a mystical kind of vibe here, that it's almost like I can't quite put my finger on it, but I'm super drawn to this person. And that's the effect that I feel you have on men. And again, with the Fool energy and the Queen of Cups here, it's like they're almost feeling like this, you feel very fresh to them, and it's like, I'm out of my depths going to swim into these waters, but I'm going to do it. I feel like people that are willing to tear down what they know with the Tower to dive into that with you, I feel like, or put their, the thing is as well about a lot of like men with heavy masculine energy, they will naturally have pride, and it's easy for pride to become like, a bit too strong to the point that you don't want to admit that maybe you're feeling a bit insecure. And I feel like the men that you attract into your life, whether it's friends, as relationships, whatever, there has to be a level of them being willing to let down their pride and tear down what they know in order to enter new kind of like avenues with you. Because I don't know if it's spirituality you're connected to, I don't know whether it's just your emotional depth and reaching levels like that of the heart, or whether it's skills that you have that are brilliant and being told that you're sought after, that people are wanting to have, but they almost have to step towards you as like a surrender in a way. And I think that's why people may look at you like a forbidden fruit, like that. I'm hearing Mintaka and Starseed if you're drawn to them. That's why it's coming through as forbidden fruit, which is quite interesting. But I think you're seen as someone with like a lot of power that by men, definitely, which can either intimidate and they may run away, or they may try and grab someone and run away, or you'll see people like surrender to actually be in your life then, which is quite interesting. And you may even find people frustrated when it's almost like they're wanting you to show them the depths without them having to put in any work. So I feel like people that may be stepping towards you in romantic senses, in regards, or even like friendship senses, in regards to like the wrong reasons, trying to get something from you without giving, I feel like they're met with a block and they don't understand why. Still super drawn to you, still wanting to come into your life, but it's like, I don't know why this person isn't opening up to me, or I don't know why things aren't working out. They're being met with a block because they're not stepping towards you with an emotional depth, or with this cup that could be, you know, connection of spirit, or it could be pulling their weight in a connection, or it could be their own wisdom to share with you. It's like, it's a 50-50 sort of thing, you know what I mean? So I feel like people almost get blocked, and then they get frustrated that they can't get into your energy to benefit from it. But the whole point of being with you isn't to benefit from your energy, it's to like enrich each other and grow. And I think that they get blocked then, you know, from that, which is quite interesting. So let's take a look at how women view you now. How do women view my pile number one? Please, spirit guides, how do women... Show me how women view my pile ones, please, spirit guides. Tap me into my pile ones. How do women... your energy, your heart, your depths actually protect you. And you may have looked at it like a curse, like I can't connect to anyone. Where in actuality, you were learning, in those times of isolation, you were learning more about yourself, to become super aware of yourself. So that you can meet people on those same levels as you. Because your actual depths, light and heart, have protected you. And I think maybe you've looked at people stepping out of your life, friendships and relationships, as rejection, whereas in actuality it was protection. That's what I'm being told. What card fell for you guys? So we have the Four of Pentacles. Pile number one, please, spirit guys. How do women view my pile number ones? We have the Magician. How do women view my pile number ones, please, spirit guides? Queen of Pentacles. How do women view my pile ones, please, spirit guides? How do women I'm still hearing the word untouchable. Ace of Pentacles. How do women view my pile number ones? I think that you do draw in people again, even with the energy from women. There's this energy of again, it's like I either want to be with you or I want to be you. Still, you have strength at the back of the deck. Yeah, I think that you draw in a lot of people that may try and mimic your style or your look. The thing about women is, especially in like this day and age, there's so much emphasis put on how women are supposed to look, and they've got to have a look, and what's your aesthetic. There's a lot of that. So a lot of women will naturally enjoy, because, you know, that's the feminine energy, it's like Venus energy, will enjoy you know, beauty and fashion and things like that. And there's such a strong resonance with people in regards to your own uniqueness, and I feel like there's a lot of like females that may try and mimic the uniqueness that you have. Again, like I was saying with the male energy, and I was talking about like an energy like an Alexia, where she you know, a lot of people, I've seen so many like on TikTok, because I didn't even know who she was, because I don't watch like stuff like that, although I'm tempted to. I've seen so many like get the eye makeup like Alexia, get the clothes like, and I'm like, who is this person? I don't even know who she is, and she's coming into my level of awareness because everyone's trying to like look like her and talking about it. I don't understand. Like I don't get it. Let me Google and find this out. And I get why she has this aura, and it's very magnetizing, and I understand now that I've seen pictures of her. I'm like, wow, you're very, very beautiful. So I get why people are wanting to look like her, but at the end of the day, somebody like that, someone in their own unique presence, they could literally wear anything. It would look good on them, right? Because she's like owning that energy. And that's the thing about you. You could wear, I'll give you an example, right? This is how I feel females like feel about you, right? When I was younger, I remember going over my friend's house, and she was such like a pretty girl. She had like long like white blonde hair, and she, I don't know, she just looked, she just was really pretty, and she had this blue top on, right? And because she looked really pretty, I liked what she was wearing, and I asked my mom if I could get this particular top because I wanted to look like her, because she looked so like pretty in it, right? And I went and I actually got the top and I put it on, and it just didn't do me justice at all. It just didn't suit me, because it wasn't me. I wasn't being authentic to me. I was trying to like mimic a look. Does that make sense? And I realized that, and I ended up never wearing it because it just didn't suit me. And then my mother was like, see, that's not your color, that's not your color. And my mother put like this red and white, I think it was like a polka dot top on me, because like reds and oranges and yellows would suit me. Put it on, and I felt really good, and looked in the mirror, and I was like, yeah, this looks really good, because I was being authentic to what suited me. I couldn't mimic that. So that energy there, it's like, you're the girl in the blue top. Like, you're that person that could just wear something but make it work for you. I feel like you know what suits you, or even if you don't, you can just carry stuff very well. It's reminding me of like, you know, like Harry Styles. He wears very out there outfits, but like they suit him. He knows what kind of like suits him in that way. Like, if it's like, I'm thinking of like people with styles now, like imagine like a Kim Kardashian dress and like a Billie Eilish, or like a Billie Eilish dress. Like they know their styles, and that's why it's their style. You know your aura, you look, how to speak, what you are, and that's why you present it. Whereas I'm seeing from a lot of females, like, I'm gonna try and dress like this to capture what they have, but it's not the clothes, it's not the makeup, it's your aura and the way that you do it. You know yourself. I hope this is making sense, because it's not even just that, it's the way you speak, maybe things you're into, things you may choose to spend money on, a car you drive. Like, there's a lot of like, again, I either want to be with you or I want to be you. There's so much of that coming through for you guys, pile one, and it's because you're in this divine feminine energy of it's very natural. You're very unique and very natural. The reason you're unique is because you're so in touch with who you are. And that's coming through super strongly. Now, I do see, again, projections for you guys as well, because with the Four of Pentacles, I feel like you're one of those people, I feel like I was saying, I was picking up like a lot of Scorpio energy. You are someone, I'm picking up Capricorn too for you guys as well. I feel like you're someone that you won't just let anyone in your circle. You're very careful with who you have in your circle. And even when you may not have been wary about who you had in your circle, again, it was your energy and your depth and your authenticity that stopped people from maybe trying to take from you too much or pull on you or come into your life for the wrong reasons. Because with this Four of Pentacles, I am being told that like females may sometimes see you as standoffish, or there's a projection like this person thinks I'm above, this person thinks they're above me. From some females, I don't think it's that. I just think that, again, there's almost this energy from you guys of going into the world with a game face on, like, right, I'm even like if you're going to like a store, it's like, right, I'm going to go get this and that. I don't care really who I bump into. I really don't care about looking a certain way. I'm just going to dress, you know, the way I feel comfortable or the way that I like to. It's not for anyone else. I'm not trying to people please anyone else. It's just for me. So I see you going into like, say now, a store or something like that, and there may be like, let's say someone from school, and you're not even aware that they're there. And you're walking about and you're picking up your lettuce. I don't know, I'm being shown lettuce. You're picking up your lettuce or whatever, right? And you're going to the self-checkouts and you're just walking around and you're just minding your business. And someone's naturally just going, oh, they think they're better than everyone else. And it's not that, but there's almost this, because there has been a distortion in females to not get their gratification from within. I feel like when some females, and it happens with males too, when they see someone getting that gratification from within, it's almost like foreign to them, so they'll project like, oh, well, they're cocky, they're up themselves, they're too into themselves. And I feel like you may be a victim to people projecting that onto you, because you just naturally have like a love for yourself and you naturally take care of yourself. And I feel like when people lack that, they'll project that it's wrong to do that in somebody else. And I see that a lot for you. You may take a lot of care in your appearance and people may be like, oh, that's vain, but it's not. It's you taking care of yourself, because I can see it's like a genuine thing you're doing. It's not for other people, it's for you. Whereas I see like there may be feminine energies that may be a bit envious and be like, oh, well, they're just doing that to get this attention, or they're doing that to get this, or they're doing, and it's not that way at all. That's just something coming through very, very strongly. Again, you're definitely seen as someone with a lot of power. But you see how she's there with the Queen of Pentacles here, and she's holding on to a pentacle, and she's got a beautiful garden, and it's all there. But then you see this Ace of Pentacles. Well, what's happening with this Ace of Pentacles is it's almost dissolving in their hands. So there's almost this feeling from you guys, especially with this Alchemist energy of the Magician. For females, I feel it's more so female friends, or if you have female exes, it's coming from them, of like you always being out of reach. Like every time I think I'm getting close, they just like they dissolve and they're somewhere else again. They rebirth and they're somewhere else again. Or every time I finally started getting into their aesthetic and buying the clothes that they like, they're doing something else now, and I wasn't aware. They didn't announce that, and now they're dressed in a different way, and now I've got all these clothes that they're not wearing now, and now it's like every time people are trying to like, because I feel like people do try to like mimic your aura, it's transmuted very quickly, and people are like, oh, now I've got to be like this, oh, now I've got to be, and it's like they're not getting it, because it's not even about that, it's about the way that they get an aura like yours is to pour into themselves. And I think that you may serve as a catalyst of like triggering people into having that confidence in themselves. Like I've shared this before, so you might have been from the pile I was from, but when I used to go into like interviews for like jobs and stuff, I would always be like, okay, think like Rihanna, she's very confident. How would she feel, you know? And I'm like, I don't need you, you need me. Like I would think of how Rihanna would think walking into an interview, to try and mimic a bit of her cockiness, or her and cockiness isn't a bad word, by the way, but that confidence of like, yeah, the self-assurance, let's say, to try and get that job, right? So I would almost like bite a little bit of that to be that. And I think people may think, oh, well, what would they do? Like, how would they, like, you know, what would they do? There is a lot of that. I'm not gonna lie, I see you still on a pedestal in that way. I feel like it's the people that are close in your life, and I don't think this is much about that, I think this is more so coming through of how other people are viewing you, but the people close in your life, they haven't even stepped towards you for any of this. They've stepped towards you like, oh, that person has a pure heart, or wow, I've really bonded with this person. It's been a very genuine energy when people close to you have kind of tapped into you. But I feel like you do get a lot of female energies like, oh, how can they'd definitely enrich me if I was with them, sort of thing. It's definitely like that Regina George sort of thing, you know. It does feel like that. You know, she wore army pants and flip-flops, so I'm wearing army pants and flip-flops. It honestly is coming through like that. But you definitely are seen as someone with a lot of power, with the Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles. And I just see, again, with the strength, it's like you walking around and feeling very confident. I feel like that does trigger people to either feel envy because they don't have that confidence within, or activate their own confidence, and it's up to them what they do, and it's not your responsibility what they do. But I do think that you definitely stand out to other females, pile number one. And I'm also being told that sometimes you may draw in people that see that light in you and try and take it away, but I'm also being told not to focus too much on that, because I feel like, especially with this Queen of Cups up the top here and the Queen of Pentacles being in the middle of this spread by here, it's like you've gained a you're able to see through it, and you've gained a very deep understanding of yourself that wouldn't even affect you anymore, which is something coming through. So that's definitely, I'm also, again, whether you're into females romantically, I do feel like you draw in a lot of females that are romantically drawn to you as well, and that do really, really fancy you and lust after you as well. I think it's coming from both ends. I don't think it's different for either. I think that you do draw in people that, you know, do find you quite attractive. Definitely. Yeah, 100%. I do feel like sometimes, because you are very careful with what you share about yourself and careful about how you like let things like, there's definitely like a Capricorn moon, Aquarius moon, Scorpio moon, like this, there's something about like you keeping things inside. I do feel like sometimes females will have a harder time opening up to you because they don't know your intentions yet. But I think the more with females that they spend time with you, the more they almost, again, it's a respectful older sibling energy from you. It's like, I really respect you and I feel really safe with you. But it takes you a while to get to that point with someone, and I feel like it takes other people a while to feel that way with you too. But I do feel like when people come in, there's a respect and there's almost a spacious ebb and flow of the people in your close inner circle, or people that will come into your close inner circle, where they'll allow you to maybe go into yourself and transmute and become fresh, and not take, you know, that to heart or anything like that, and will really like stand next to you in their own authenticity too. And really, you know, I feel like the people that you draw in close are going to feel like you on the inside. They'll have the same exact demeanor and aura as you, which is really beautiful in regards to females. And same with men, actually. I'm being told that's the same message for both of you. So let's pull one oracle card to end the reading. Pile one, overall energy, pile number one, to end the reading. How men and women view my pile ones. I'm being shown Cara Delevingne from the Suicide Squad movie, and like she shouts enchantress. So I don't know if you're into like tarot, working with magic, like, you know, alchemy, working with herbs, anything like that. I just heard like Cara Delevingne go enchantress, and then, you know, that like being comes through. So it could be like you connect into spirit in that way. There's something quite, you know, mystical there, or I don't know, there's something about that. Pile number one, overall energy, how men and women view pile ones. I dropped your card, huh? Strong confidence from both sides. I feel like people, I'm hearing Nicki Minaj, so I'm feeling myself. I feel like people do feel like you definitely, you know, you look good, like that sort of thing. Like, you know, you like look good. That's what's projected onto you anyway. Like, oh, they know, you know, the attraction they get. They know, you know, how they are. You may have a very standout feature. It could be your lips, it could be, you know, boobs, it could be anything. It's like, well, they know that that's like a good, you know, it's almost like they use that to their advantage. And it's funny because I don't think you do. I just think it's just a part of you. But I do see people like, oh, they know. And you're like, no, I don't, it's just part of me, but okay. Like, there's something about a particular feature that stands out about you guys. You could be very tall, you could be very small, it could be your hair, it could be your eyes, it could be, you know, anything. Yeah, that's just something coming through. We have alliance. Yeah, again, it's like wanting to be on your team sort of thing. We have the peacock feathers here. So I feel like people are very aware of the colours of, you know, your feathers, the parts to you that stand out and shine, and I think people are very aware of it. The 2 and the 1, you know, adding up to 3, that's Jupiter energy, is expansion. People are almost looking at you as somebody that's very blessed in regards to, people look at your life like it's very blessed, whether you've been through things or not. People naturally just project, like, from men and women, like, oh, they're very blessed, they're very, like, lucky, you know, they're lucky. But then I'm hearing Britney Spears Lucky, and I know that wasn't a really happy song, and she's singing about being famous and everyone's saying she's lucky, when in actuality she's quite lonely inside. So I don't know if that's to do with the reading, but that's what I'm hearing. But yeah, with alliance, it's like people either want to be in a relationship with you, or I think secretly a lot of people either want to be in a relationship with you or really close friends with you. They want to be part of that world, you know, like that alliance, forming an alliance with you. And we literally have co-creation at the back of the deck. I think as well, you know, like the Nicki Minaj lyric, no, I'm not lucky, I'm blessed, that just came to mind. And I think with you, with co-creation being at the back of the deck, I think that you've naturally learned how to flow with the universe and with spirits who have things fall on you. And I feel like sometimes when people do learn how to flow and surrender, people look at them and say, oh, well, you're lucky, but it's not that they're lucky, they're just in alignment. And I think that that is something as well. And I think that you've worked really hard to get certain things that people are drawn to or see as attractive and of substance in regards to you. I think that you've really worked to get it. So yeah, people do naturally project, oh yeah, this person's just really blessed, you know, everything works out for this person. I do think that's a projection from people. So pile 1, that's what I have for you guys. I really hope that this resonated for you. I hope it gave you good insights, and I hope you enjoyed. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if it did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey pal 2, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at how men versus women view you. So I'm going to start with this tarot deck, which is going to be how men view you, and then we're going to move into the trip and wait deck, which is how women view you. So let's start with men. Spirit guides, how do men view my pile number 2s, please? Spirit guides, can you tap me into the collective? Are you guys quite like cheeky, make lots of jokes? You may be someone that like a bit of a tease in a way. It's kind of similar to pile number 1, but pile number 1 were charming in a sense where it's very mystical, whereas you, it's almost like charming, like oh, you're gonna get me into trouble, like you're a lot. Like there's a feeling like that, like you're almost seen. If you're thinking of like men in like in a romantic way, I feel like men may view you like, oh, this person's just like gonna get me into trouble, or like what are they gonna say next, what are they gonna come out with next, how are they, you know what I mean, like what are they gonna do? I never know what to expect with this person. Whereas I feel like in regards to like a friendship or like a co-worker sort of energy, there's almost this energy of like oh my god, this person's a riot. Like I would not want to go on a night out with them, not because I wouldn't want to, I know I'd have the best night of my life, but I have no idea what we'd get up to, and this person's a bad influence. Like there's almost a feeling of that. Like there's a I don't know if any, okay, let me explain. I know a lot of you probably didn't watch it, but you know Love Island, in the UK we have Love Island as well, and there was a series in 2018, and there was a girl on there called Georgia, and she was she'd kind of like play pranks, and she was very connected to her inner child. And like I remember watching a conversation, and she was, because she'd hang around with the boys a lot, and the boy said, oh, I dare you to jump. No, she said, if you told me to jump in the pool, I jump in the pool. And the boy's like, no you wouldn't. And she, like fully clothed, makeup on, just goes and jumps in the pool, and she just was alone to herself sort of thing. And I do feel like men almost view you in a way of like, you're the type of person that would like push them in the pool or like do so, like you're very connected to your inner child, and it's almost like let's put down the responsibilities and play sort of thing when you're around, whether that's in a romantic connection or whether that's in a friendship connection. It's always, it's like, and I may have said it to you before, but it's reminding me of the like Friends episode when they have that friend called Gandalf who like goes and does all these extreme fun things with them, and they really champion Gandalf because apparently this guy is like a legend and they do the most funnest things, and without him their life seems a bit boring, so it's like you're almost in his life for the party. Yeah, it's definitely something like that. Yeah, let's pull some more. I feel like you're watched a lot by men, in the sense of like, I don't even think it's just men, I do think it's women too, but I think that men in particular almost enjoy your like childlike nature, in the sense of how you not only look at life, but I feel like you're someone that doesn't take life too seriously, and I think that you're someone that just is quite funny and comedic, and I think that's something that men like, it almost speaks to men in that way. It's like fun, it's like funny, and it's like, oh my god, like this person's just like really like never a dull moment, like you're someone that stands out, so it's like there's never a dull moment when, you know, my pal number twos are around, like and I feel like you're someone as well, like you come across as a cheerleader, so I feel like when you're in people's lives you do give automatic like ego boosts to people, or you get people out of their shells, so it's like it's like people like who they are when they're around you, specifically men. I feel like men like who they are when they're around you. Men like how you make them feel, whether that's, you know, platonic or romantic. It's like they really do like that. It reminds me of one of my friends, Becca. She's very she has a lot of like masculine energy in her, and she's just so fun to be around. I feel like back in the day when I used to go on nights out, I would not want to go on a night out if she wasn't there, because she'd bring the fun. You're that person, 100%. So let's keep going. You're like a ray of sunshine. That's how men view you, like a ray of sunshine. And I do think that they do enjoy like the ego boost of, whether it's just like having you around, or your confidence almost activates their confidence. It's kind of like that. It's like, even in a romantic sense, like you being confident in yourself makes me want to be confident in myself, and then we're like a power couple. So there's a lot of like romanticization of you in a romantic way in regards to men. It's like, wow, we could rule the world. You know that song, We Could Rule the World? It's like, who's there? I think it was Take That. Yeah, I'm hearing that. It's like, that's coming through, We Could Rule the World. So I haven't even pulled the cards yet. Let's get in. I do think you stir up in a romantic way, like say you're talking to a male. I feel like you stir up a lot of emotions in them, that it could be like insecurities, but then it's excitement. It's like you bring like a fresh boost to men. That's what I'm being told, especially in regards to the romantic side. So what do we have? Straight away we have strength. Straight away. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. It's like, what's next? What happens next? We don't know. Like, I'd be shocked if the Fool doesn't pop out, because it's like, it's like, where are we headed? Where are we going? It's like, it's like, I don't know why I'm mentioning Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's like that. It's like, you don't know what room you're heading into next. You don't know what the Oompa Loompas have in store for you next. You know, you don't know if someone's going to be turning into a big blueberry, or someone's going to be being sucked up a tube with chocolate milk. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, you don't know. But that's the thing. You could be danger ahead. You know what I mean? You could, you know, be zapped into a video game ahead. But you don't know. But that's the fun of it. It's like that. It's like Alice in Wonderland. It's like, but you're the white rabbit. And I think that's how men view you. It's like, I don't even know what I've got myself in for, sort of thing. And I think you may even get people that love bomb you in romantic senses from men, and it's not that they it's not even sometimes that they mean to. I think people just get carried away with the excitement of what you can bring. You're very, like, you stand out. Like, it's like the sun energy. You may have a lot of Leo in your chart. It's like I mean, Bumblebee Jasper, that connects us to the solar plexus. Like, strong fire energy, sun, you know, Leo energy, 5th house energy, connection to the inner child. Like, you really bring that. And I think that really excites people. How do men view my pile number Wands. We have the Five of Pentacles. You're definitely missed when you're gone by men as well. I think you draw in more so romantic connections from men, pal, too. But even if you are watching this and you're not connected to men in that way and it is just friendship, I do feel even in regards to a friendship sense, you know, you're like life of the party. When you're gone, you can really feel a difference. There's definitely a difference. But for you guys, I do think it's more romantic sense of men being drawn to you in that way. When you're gone, there is an absence. It's like, you may find that when you get out of relationships with men, or even, do you know what it is? I feel like even when you're out of a relationship with a man or something like that, you'll find they'll jump into a relationship straight away. You'll find that they'll do that straight away because it's like, I need to fill the void. I need to fill the void. Like the void when you're not there is quite, it's quite, it's felt really, really strongly. It's like when the sun is out all summer and then it's gone, and then it's like, you know, it's the middle of winter and you're like, oh my God, I can't wait for summer. Like everyone says, I can't wait for summer. I can't wait for summer. I've never heard anyone not say that. So that's the same for you guys. Again, the strong sun energy coming through. Like a life force energy. You may even have people try and pull on your energy with men. Like men try and pull on your energy for like your ego boost, your liveliness. And this is in friendships as well and co-workers. People trying to pull on your enthusiasm, your creativity maybe in the workplace, because you have like a lot of it. Which is why I feel like you've had to learn boundaries. Because I don't know why Friends is coming up a lot. Maybe you guys watch Friends. There was a scene, I think it was Monica, and she was making like candy, and everyone really liked her candy to the point that they were knocking on her door like 6 o'clock in the morning asking for candy, and then there was like a mob outside of her apartment like wanting the candy, and she was like overworking herself to supply it. And it's almost like that, people like not getting the hint, like, you know what I mean? Yes, you're the sun, but you don't need to like pull on the energy like that. You do have to supply that energy back to me, sort of thing. So you may draw in a lot of people, like a lot of men that are insecure, whether it's friendships, co-workers, or relationships, that are insecure, so they're coming to you for you to like fill them up in that way. And I think that in regards to friendships and relationships and co-workers, the people that you're going to want in your life are people that already come with this strength energy, come with this light, come with this prosperous energy, come with this abundance of energy. That is what I feel would work better for you guys, to where you're not feeling like you've lost your own light then, you know what I mean? Yeah, okay, let's keep going. 2 more cards, please, for you guys. How do men view my pile twos? I thought it was similar to pile 1, but actually it's not. It's actually quite different. I'm using these, so let me just pull these over so I can fit them all in. We have the Page of Swords, we have Justice, and we have, I'm going to move that over there, Ace of Pentacles. On the back of the deck, we have the 3 of Cups. Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing the Nicki Minaj lyric, it's a celebration every time we link up. So people, I feel like, as well, though, men just find you really funny, and I think that you're someone that's easy. I think, okay, so, you know when you have someone and they didn't grow up with a lot of divine masculine energies around them, whether that was having like father figures or brother figures, or just there was just an absence of divine masculine energy, they'll tend to look at life through a very divine feminine way, and see things from a very emotional perspective, right? And a lot of the time then they may struggle to understand how men think, or how people think logic based, or have that divine masculine energy within them, and they've really got to work to bring that up within them, which can create like a communication barrier, because it's like, you're not getting me, I'm not getting you. And I won't be surprised if this carries on with the feminine side as well. You've balanced the divine feminine and the divine masculine within you, that your own divine like emotions and that side of your divine feminine, you're able to pass it on to divine masculine energies, to men very easily in a way that they understand. So a lot of men as well feel like you get them. oh my god, they really get me. They're able to make me understand. You may have helped out people in their relationships, like a lot of men in their relationships, so they knew what their partner, who would have been maybe more divine feminine, was saying. It's like, oh well, no, that's not what you're taking it in the wrong way, you're getting triggered, but really they're saying this emotionally because it's making them feel like that. So what you need to do is that, and you're able to like balance, that's what's coming through with the Justice card, you're able to like balance that out, because you have very strong communication. I'm being told you're able to like balance that out to make them understand. So then again, in relationships, it's like when you have something to say, you're really effective at like showing your emotions and passing them on, and you have no trouble passing them on in a way that men can like logically make sense of and understand in their own being, you know what I mean, and make sense with their own emotions, which may sometimes even conflict certain men that aren't comfortable with their own divine feminine. It could trigger them, like, oh my god, they get it, but then it's triggering them because they haven't quite mastered that within themselves, you know. So it could work either way for you, but either way, you definitely hit the right spots in both ways. And I think as well, you just come through so genuine. It's like nothing can hide from the sun, you know what I mean? Nothing can hide from the sun. The sun hits every area as it moves around the world, and it hits like all the areas, sort of thing. So it's like, that's what I'm being shown, like nothing's hidden. I feel like you almost bring stuff out of men as well, because a lot of, especially like men in this day and age, are told to like neglect their emotions, or neglect their divine feminine side, or neglect their inner child, you know, they're told to. And I feel like you almost bring it out, and that can either trigger or it can really be expansive for them. And I think that's something that you bring out in men for sure. Yeah, you may also just like say how you feel, and people are like, oh my god, I can't believe they've said that. I can't believe they don't, there's this feeling like they don't take themselves seriously at all, and I just can't believe some of the things they're doing. There's like a comedic relief, a comedic value here where you're really funny, and it's like you're also someone that's seen as well as very spontaneous. It's almost like, so now you come back into someone's life, say now like back in the day or something, you know, it's Mercury retrograde, you're talking to someone from the past, and there's almost this feeling from them like, here we go again, you know, here we go. So there's a feeling of that, because they know, if they know you, they know that it's like, it's not just like, you know, you're sitting on the teacups and you're going round and round like in a fair ride. It's like you're on like the big, you know, rides. I don't know what rides you have in fairs and like other places other than the UK. You probably are aware of teacups that just spin around. It's like, I'm not going on your average ride here. Like I'm literally in like, you know, Disneyland, or I'm in like Alton Towers, or whatever you have, you know, rides anywhere else in the world. I don't know. I'm not well, you know, theme parked. I don't know what theme parks there are, but it's like, think of like the craziest ride. It's like they almost feel like you're the craziest ride to go on in that theme park, and it's like, oh god, okay, and not in a bad way. It's like I'm excited but also nervous, like oh my god, like it feels like that. It's like you bring out the inner kid as well, definitely. But for some reason in this reading there's a lot more romanticness, if that's even a word, coming through for you guys. So let's take a look at how women view you guys. So let's get in. So Spirit guys, how do women view my pile twos? How do women view my pile twos? We have the 5 of Wands. How do women view my pile number 2s? We have the Queen of Wands. How do women... Oh. We have the 10 of Cups. Oh, my nose is itching. Like mad. Has someone got an itchy nose? My nose has just started itching. Pile number 2. How do... I feel like women may like the way you smell, whether you wear like cologne, perfume, whatever the case. Because my nose is itching, is like mad. I don't mean to keep stopping and starting, but I just feel like I need to keep rubbing my nose. Pile number... yeah, the same way that you've helped out maybe men in your life in relationships, you may help women. I feel like you almost are seen to women as well as someone with like a lot of wisdom and a lot of nurture and values in which you can really big them up. I feel like you're seen as someone that's really for women, you know. If you are a female, you may be seen as like a girl's girl, like really, you know, bigging up your pals sort of thing. Definitely. Pal number 2, how do women view? You're very liked. You're actually very liked. And I think some people may be intimidated by this energy of you being quite playful, to the point that people may naturally think, stepping towards you, they have to not like you. But just by being around you, you bring an ease. They walk away like, you know what, I actually thought I wouldn't like this person and I really like them. Like, I think that you get a lot of people say that. When I first met you, I didn't like you until like you spoke, and then I was like, oh wow, this person's really nice. So there's like a really, do you remember like Jennifer Lawrence when she became like quite popular? And obviously people started to dislike her because of how overexposed she was, but she was kind of seen as like that girl next door, girl's girl, and she was really talkative and really fun, and people just really tended to like her because she just seemed very genuine. There's almost a feeling of that, like being, again, you're still seen as someone that's quite out there and quite funny and quite, you know, prosperous, but you also bring people out of their shell, which I think people do want to befriend you, and you make people feel like they're your friend quite early on, whether that's a male. I feel like you get told by males and females, I feel like I've known you for ages and I've only known you a day. Like, that's something coming through for you guys. Where's your card gone? We have the 8 of Swords. Okay. On the back of the deck, we have the 5 of Swords. I feel like because you have got a bright light, I feel like some women may look to you as competition, but I think that it's women that don't have a lot of either confidence within themselves or maybe like that connection to their inner child. There's a charisma you have that I think that women might be a little bit intimidated by. Women that might be, they may have insecurities within them that may hold them back. So you being very prosperous in your energy and not letting your insecurities stop you may trigger them to the point that they may try and control your light or try and put you down. So I do think that you do draw in sometimes people like that. It's almost like they're looking at you as competition, but in actuality it's not a competition because you weren't even trying to win anything. You know what I mean? It's not a competition if I'm not in the race. Because with the 5 of Swords here, like when you see the guy like walking away and stuff, it's like they were pals, you know what I mean? They were like fighting together, they were on the same team, but then all of a sudden this person kind of like, you know, takes the sword. It's that sort of thing. It's like all the while you're like fighting against me as if this was always like a frenemy sort of situation, when in actuality I was never in competition with you. I just wanted the best for you. But okay, like I feel like you've dealt with people like that, but I do think more so a lot of people do genuinely see your genuinity. Definitely. I think that again with the moon energy here as well, and again the justice energy, it's like you're able to communicate. Again, it's like I feel like people may show you like text or messages that they've had from maybe like a relationship, and you're able to communicate, again, like the male side, the female side, you're able to communicate both sides and be like, okay, this is what they meant, this is what you mean, and this is where you meet in the middle. So you almost are seen as someone that has a lot of value and someone that's trusted, like a problem solver, someone that someone can come to and you'll help them out, you know, someone that like they can trust. Like say you go to them with someone comes to you with an outfit, I feel like women would trust you to give them the right advice. You know, like some people you wouldn't want to trust them just in case they make you look bad because they may have ulterior motives. It's like people would put that trust in you, like, no, I know they'll make me look good, I know they've got an eye for that, and I know they don't have bad intentions. So I think that women do genuinely like you. You may have at times been scarred or scorned by people that have had negative intentions towards you, but they're telling me not to focus on it too much because it's not the case at all. Don't let a few bad experiences make you feel like you've got to be wary of women, because I really do see that a lot of people do genuinely like you and what you have to offer. 100%. But it's people stepping towards you with this strength energy straight away, this confidence straight away, that are going to be the people staying in your life. Because if someone's insecure, they're either going to be envious and try and tear you down, or they're going to keep trying to take your supply. And I think that's something you've had to learn a lot. Quickly, pile 2, spirit guys. Why have we got the eight of swords for my pile 2s on how women view my pile 2s? Okay. I think as well with you guys, again with the moon energy here, I think you're very nurturing. You almost come through like mother father energy, and I think you can dwindle between the two of really nurturing in both ways, in a masculine way and in a feminine way. But one thing about you is when you are in a female's life, I think that they really do connect with your emotions, your intuitions, how deep you can go and how loving you are. I think that they really do connect to your healing energy, that sometimes I think that friends may have overstepped a mark where they've really just tried to pull on you for maybe you being like a free therapist to them, or you being a free tarot reader to them, or you being a free ego booster, motivational speaker to them, and then haven't really supplied back, and then maybe you've got drained and needed to pull away, and they may have taken that to offense. So I feel like in that way, with males and females, I think that sometimes people don't see when enough is enough, and I think that's why you've had to learn boundaries. I need to keep this light back for myself. Do you see how when I was tapping into the male energy, they were aware of this divine masculine energy within you and this ego boosting energy, this fun, this giving energy, and then when I tap into how females tap into you, it's the nurturing, the more emotional side, the therapist side. Because they're picking out, you're able to balance between two and hit the best spots in both people. Which is why you get people on both sides, friends and relationships, that try to take more than they can chew and take more than you were even offering, which is why you've had to learn boundaries. Because I think that sometimes people may look to you as a savior, whether it's in a relationship or a friendship, or relying on you to carry the weight in a co-worker sort of sense. In a career sort of sense, and it's you're more than that, and I think men and women know you're more than that, but because of that healing nature you have and that comfortability in your own skin, you do. It's reminding me of the song Consideration by Rihanna, and she sings handing out highs to less fortunate. She sings like, I came in riding on a big white horse, handing out highs to less fortunate. So it's almost like you've just because you've got this meadow of flowers doesn't mean everybody's gonna pick. It's like people can't get enough of your energy, that they just want to take more. And that's where the balance then has to come in. And I think both with men and women, they may take it to offense then when you do pull back or you do put in a boundary, because it's like they're almost seeing it as a rejection. Yeah. And I think the people that you have in your life that are in your close circle or will be in your close circle are people that already are balanced in both energies too, and already supply themselves with enough energy that they don't need to take from you. And they can just enjoy your energy because they're a part of it too. And they don't need to pull from your light and your resources. You might be a light worker, you might be a light worker pile 2. But either way, you're super liked. You're seen as very genuine. You may be a Lyran Starseed. I don't know why that's coming to mind. It just is. Yeah. I think that you wear things that maybe stand out. You may not care how you look in the sense of, I'm not going to do what the trends are, or I'm not going to try and keep myself hidden. You know, I'm really, it's reminding me of like in the Hunger Games and the Capitol always dressed in like those bright colours and stuff. You may wear like really bright colours and being shown again like solar plexus energy, like the bumblebee dress, but like a bright yellow or something like that. It's like, yeah, it's just bright. I think everything's just bright with you. I don't know whether you wear bright colours, or it could be that you wear very dark colours and that's the contrast, you know. But yeah, it's you definitely like. Let's pull a final card. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides. Overall energy. Your card went away. What do we have? Yeah, we have wise leadership, and look at her holding a heart. Now, I was picking up a lot of strong yellow. I was picking up a strong Leo energy with you guys, and we have a lot of gold and yellow here. We have 4 and 1, which adds up to 5, and that's making me think of the 5th house, which is quite interesting. You may be a life path 5, but or maybe like soul age 5, something like that. Look at all the yellow though. It's bright and it's bold. But one thing about Leo, and I think why I was being shown Leo as well, is you're a very loyal, very giving person, very much like Leos. I'm not tooting my own horn, it is just something that, you know, Leos do carry. And Leos really do tend to work from the heart and have very big hearts and are very loving like that. And she's holding a heart in her hand, so it's almost like you wear your heart on your sleeve, and that's why people like you. It's like, I know this person isn't going to be playing chess and trying to manipulate me. This person's very genuine, very true, you know, very, you know, they're bringing the truth, and I can trust them to tell me the truth. And I think, you know, that's that. And I think people look up to you with this wise leadership energy. It's like people almost look up to you. And even when you do have that energy of connecting with your inner child, I don't feel like people look at you like, oh, that person's childish. It's more like that person dances to the beat of their own drum. That person's alone to themselves, but it's so interesting to watch, and it works for them so well. Like, I should take a leaf out of their book. Yeah, I think that's how people see you. I think you may smile a lot. There's something about that. And I'm also being shown, if you guys wear eyeshadow, no matter what gender you are, whatever eyeshadow you wear is a standout as well. I don't know what eyeshadow you wear, but I'm just being shown bright colours. On the back of the deck, we have Revelation here as well. Why do we have Revelation at the back of the deck though? I think that you bring people to their own revelations within themselves, because with the 9 and the 2, that's 11. And then the 1 and 1 then turn into 2, which is like, again, divine feminine energy. It's like you almost help people see it's not just the inner child. I don't know why Tinkerbell is coming through. You may be quite small, like fairy-like, but the reason that's coming through with the divine feminine essence and the revelation is like you help people see beyond their current circumstances, whether it's just an ego boost or whether it's just like because you live in your own world. It's like, okay, in your world, logic says that you can get this done, but in Pal 2's world, you know, in my world, we can do that easy. That isn't even a hurdle for us. We get that done, and I'll show you how. Follow me. And again, it's like Peter Pan, like, follow me, like, second star to the right, straight on till morning. It's almost like people coming with you to, like, Neverland, the inner child world. You know what I mean? You know, they say, I never want to grow up. You know that song? Not that you're seen as childish, because you're seen as very respected in that sense and very strong-minded and full of wisdom, but it's like, people almost feel like they're following you to Neverland when they're, you know, following you in a way. That's how it feels, which is quite cool. So you're very liked, I think, Pal 2. The only time you wouldn't be liked is if it was someone that was just a bit insecure, because your light's very bright. It might cast a light on their shadows. But other than that, you are a very liked person, Pal 2. So that's what I have for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey Pal 3, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at how men view you versus how women view you. So you guys chose the malachite crystal. I'm going to start with this deck where we're going to be taking a look at how men view you, and then once I've done that, we're going to take a look at how women view you with the tripping weight deck, and then we're going to move on to the oracle cards to take a look at the full circle of the energy. Opening up to your energies, Pal number 3, I am being shown butterflies, and I'm being taken to, like, you know, like mystical, like woodland creatures, like the fae, like tree nymphs and things like that. Very like Avalonian, strong fit, like the fae coming through. You may work with the fae, but yeah, there's something quite mystical and enchanting, let's say that. I almost feel like I'm walking through an enchanting forest. I am also being shown butterflies. That's something that's coming through, and I'm being told the reason I'm being shown butterflies is there's going to be either a shift in your life or a shift that's already happened where how men and women view you would shift. So it could be how to explain this? So you could be drawn to two piles, and one would be a past energy and one would be a future energy. You could even be going through an ego death where right now it's a case of none of them may fit, but also both of them fit, because you're still your old self but coming into your new self. Does this make sense? So it's like you're part of your new self but not your old self yet. There's still a dissolving and rebirth happening. So if you're drawn to two, that may be why, because that's why I'm being shown the butterfly. So yeah, that's something going on right now in your energy. I think got a shift that they want me to reference. So Malachite pile, please spirit guides, tap me into the collective of my pile number 3s. How do men view my pile number 3s? How do men view my my pile number 3? So I'm being told soft and gentle. That's something coming through. We have the King of Swords. I think that you guys are very, very strongly connected to your divine feminine. I think that's where you operate from. It's reminding me of like a fairy landing on my finger, and then I've got to be delicate. You know, it's reminding me of like and it doesn't have to require to height. It could be like an emotional sense or something like that, or it's just how there's a view in regards to men coming through. But you know, like when you have like a baby dog, like a chihuahua or something, the really tiny ones, and you have to be careful of them jumping off something too high because their legs are so tiny they could like hurt them. There's a feeling of that coming through. I don't know why. I don't know whether you are genuinely small, or whether it's just you give off a very innocent presence where I have to be delicate, like, or I'm telling myself or projecting onto you to be delicate. That's coming through. Pile number... Queen of Wands. Yeah, I think that, and I think we're going to see this, how men view you and how women view you will change as we go on. The more you open up and they get to know you, I think people will have a view of you one way and you're actually another way. And it also depends on the emotional depth and their own emotional intelligence, how deep they can know you and how much they can see of you and how their opinion will change. Yeah. 'Cause you're quite deep and you have a very strong heart. And the thing about this world is someone with strong emotions and a strong heart are projected on as weak. But to embody strong emotions in a world like this, that's very strong. So there may be at first, you know, at a first glance, oh, this person is very sweet, cute, emotional, maybe even shy. On later, you know, as the more they get to know you, oh, this person's been through a lot. They're actually very strong. They're not shy. They're observant. They're not, you know what it's reminding me of, right? You know, I've got 3 cats. And I have a cat called Padme, and she's a girl. Now, she's very small because she had a litter young before we had her. So it kind of stunted her growth. So she's always going to be very small. And obviously having her being small, the boy cats are very boisterous. I was very, very protective of her in the sense of I wouldn't let the boys near her. I was very careful. She was my baby girl. Like, I was like, you know, my tiny little girl cat, like, she's got to be protected at all costs. Let me tell you, Padme is the feistiest cat ever. She is so feisty. She fights the boys all the time. She goes, like, the boys stay together when they go out. She goes out on her own. She brings back big mice, birds bigger than her. Like, she is like a feisty cat. I seen her the other day walking with boys down the road, like, just walking with them as if she was part of the gang. I was like, what are you doing, Padme? Like, she's very confident, feisty, like, she can hold her own in a fight. Like, she scares the boys sometimes, but my natural perspective of her was sweet, cute little Padme. You know what I mean? So I almost feel from men, they'll look at you like shy, sweet, cute, and then they're like, they may even like hear your wrath and they're like, oh God, like, then maybe they're not as, it's almost like I thought you were a fairy but really you're a pixie. Like, that's how it's coming through. That's just how it's coming through for you guys. So there's like a contrast and a switch then, you know, which is quite funny. So let's it's reminding of me as well, like when you see like big dogs, they tend to be like the most cuddly and quiet and cushy and lovely, and then you have like these tiny little dogs and they just yap and bite your ankles. Like, it's reminding me of that. Not that you'd bite anyone's ankles, but it's like, it's funny how we project on how we're just viewing something off of first glance, and it could be different, or it could be true, but there's also a depth to it too. And we look at life in such a 3D analytical way of like, we're gonna, you know, you can have a very beautiful heart, so it's like, oh, they're sweet. In actuality, yes, they're sweet, but they're also able to like weather a storm if they need to, you know. And it's funny how we just naturally just project, and I think that's what happens. I think you can be quite misunderstood, which is quite interesting. So pile number 3. I'm hearing that you smell really good. I think that's something that men and women do have from you, but I think that it's quite enticing to men. It's a soft smell. No matter what gender you are, it's a soft, like a delicate smell. Again, it's like a delicate, soft smell. How do men view my pile number 3s, please, spirit guides? How do men view my pile number... Oh God, your cards. I think that men have a hard time trying to figure you out or work you out, because it's like they'll have a projection, but then they'll see another side of your personality, and it's like, oh, okay. And then they'll see another, and it's almost like they'll go around in a spin in their head, like, is this person bitchy? Is this person just being sweet? Is this person being mean to me, or are they flirting? Like, I'm hearing someone like, is this person being mean, or are they flirting, or are they just being nice, or are they like, I'm having a hard time trying to find out what they mean, like, because I think that you show so many, I think you're so, this is why I was being shown Enchanted, you're so multi-dimensional, and I think you do embody it, that it's almost like, what is true, you know? A lot of people have a hard time grasping the 4D, the 5D, or anything that isn't of this world, because they're not aware of their own multi-dimensionalness yet, so they can't see it in the world. And when you connect to spirituality and you are awake to your psychic gifts, you're aware that it's not just the physical world that is maneuvering, and there is more to it. And I feel like when someone is seeing that multidimensionalness within you, it's hard for them to kind of grasp it, because it's like they're only trying to go off of logic, and you may overwrite their own logic. You know what I mean? Like, well, you're really emotional, so that means that you're like really sensitive, but in actuality, you're not. You're just passing emotions through very easily, and then you're fine in the next minute. You know, I feel like someone could see you cry and then be like, oh my God, they were upset, and then they see you and then you're fine. It's like, I don't understand how they could, like, how are they shifting like that? How are they shifting their emotion? Like, I feel like you get men's head in a spin, honestly. Because a lot of men are taught to not open up to their divine feminine, which is why a lot of the times men aren't open to spirituality and things like that. And you may be connected to spirituality. You're a very strong empath. And I think that for that reason alone, there's a confusion of who you are, what you could be, and how can we label you. And I think they'll learn that by not labeling you is how they may be able to kind of understand you in a way. To open up to a level of spirituality, you do have to remove a sense of logic. And I think that with you, it's like, to really understand you, they have to put the label gun down, you know, and try and, you know, see the whole picture, because it's almost like they're seeing the yin, but they're not seeing the yang yet, and they're not seeing the full circle of it. So there's such a confusion that I'm even having trouble passing on with how men do view you, pile number 3, but they do definitely see you as someone very attractive, and it's an ethereal attractive feeling, ethereal essence. Okay, so let's pull 2 more cards and keep going. How do men view Knight of Wands, am I using them? No. How do men view Page of Pentacles? You're definitely put on top of a pedestal, but I almost feel like, especially in a romantic sense, men may romanticize you a bit. yeah, I feel like men may romanticize you a bit. I feel like people that are committed to really bringing you into their lives, I feel like they really do spend a lot of, they may even go to like tarot readers and try and find out about you, or ask a lot of people, like, you know, there's definitely something in regards to that. I feel like, do you see how I'm stopping because I can't get my head around it? I'm having trouble trying to put you into words fully. And I think that you are very careful about what side of yourself you let out, and I think that you are you almost preserve your energy in a way, so it's almost like, how do I get anything out of them sort of thing. There is a feeling of that. We have the Seven of Cups at the back of the deck. This is definitely a hard one to read, but I am gonna crack it. Okay, Spirit Guides, can you just like channel through me so I can just try and put things into words and get rid of this confusion? Could you, Spirit Guides, maybe tell me how men are viewing them from your point of view? Because being in their point of view, it's like, being in the men's point of view, I'm just literally stumped for what to say. So just channel through me a higher perspective of what they're actually feeling. I think it's definitely a mixed bag. That's something that I'm being told. It's definitely a mixed bag. With the Page of Pentacles, I do think you are put on a pedestal. I think that you are seen as like, you know, like if you caught a fairy, you'd be like, wow, look at this fairy, like in this jar, like. But it's also like, what do I do with the fairy now? How do I communicate with the fairy? How do I, you know, how do I get the fairy dust? Like, it's kind of like that they're almost viewing you. And again, it doesn't matter what gender you are, if you're looking at this in a romantic way or a platonic way. I think that that's the same essence for any man looking at you, you know, whether you're looking at that in whatever way. It's like, I know, because I'm drawn to you and I know that you're something of value, but how do I get inside to the value? How do I understand you? How can I reap the benefits? How can I stand next to you? How do I understand you? How can I make sense of you? It's like, when you do show aspects of your personality, what is shown is really liked, but then it's almost like it's taken away. Like I'm almost feeling like I'm being shown a part of you that I really like, but then it's being taken away. It's reminding me of like when you have like your favorite chocolate bar and then it gets discontinued and you're like, no, and it only comes out at a certain time. It's like, you know, Lush, they have that snow. Oh my god, fairy. What is it with fairies with your pile? Like Lush do this bath bomb called Snow Fairy, and it's limited edition, and they only bring it out Christmas time. And every Christmas time I make use of getting like as much of the bath bombs as I can in the sprays, but like I know that it's only for like Christmas, so like every Christmas I look forward to it. So there's almost like a feeling of like having parts of you or seeing parts of you, but then it's almost taken away, or trying to find a way to get the supply going so that it doesn't stop. It's like, it's so different to anything else, and I don't know, it's so hard to put into words, but that's how I feel. That's how I feel men do view you. It's because you're multidimensional and you have such a depth. You may be drawn to part one, because you're so multidimensional and you have so much depth that it's like, again, like Ariel swimming to the bottom of the, because it was like mermaidy energy for Pearl 1, but it's like fairy energy for you. So it's like you being up in the tree. How do I get up there? I don't have wings. How am I going to craft these wings? People really analyze you. And a lot of the time people just project you randomly. They almost always get it wrong because they're not seeing the full thing. So people have a hard time seeing all of you because they don't get to see all of you. People have a hard time understanding you because they don't get to see all of it. And this is because, remember, we're talking about other people are not close friends or anything now. With the Knight of Wands, it's like, how do I get in? I can't quite grasp. Yeah. I'm just scratching my head here because that's how I feel. I think that they'd have to really learn the ways of your world to actually understand you. I think the people that will come into your life will also be very similar to you in the sense of seeing the world. Like, it's almost like you're from another realm. That's why there's so much emphasis on fairies. It's like you're from another realm. At least that's how men view you. Because you work from the heart and you're strong strongly empathic to the point that maybe logic isn't even something you tend to follow much. And a lot of men will follow logic because it's just ingrained in them, you know? Because a lot of men do tend to have a lot of divine masculine in them, which logic is part of. So that's where the barrier is coming out. It's almost like you're shown a colour wheel and then your colour is a mixture of like 5 different colours. So it's hard to, it's almost like they're looking at the spreadsheet like, well, on my spreadsheet, that colour doesn't exist. And to get you, it's like, well, put down the spreadsheet then. Put it down then. You know, on my spreadsheet, I only have red, yellow, green and blue, but you're purple, you know, because you're mixing 2 colours together. And they're like, yeah, but that doesn't exist on my spreadsheet. It's like, yeah, okay, well then blend 2 colours, like mix it up, you know? You don't have to go by the rules all the time. And I think that's that basically for men. I know that was, I hope I made sense enough for you, but it was just really hard to get into that energy because I do think that you do have people's tails in a spin. But naturally, I think that people do see you as sweet, nice, loving. The empathy part is seen, but more aspects of your personality, it's like they have to really come into your world and get into the enchanted forest to really understand it, which is where your close friends and family would come in then. And I think the culprit of it is that you're such an empath that I think you're very careful with what you show. You know what to show. You know when people are coming at you with not the right energy. It's like that. And I think that that's why you may have been drawn to another pal, because then the real aspects of your personality come through. Interesting. Okay, let's see how women view you. How do women, I bet you know, I'll tap into women, and because women have a better understanding usually of the divine feminine, at least in a ratio of it, I bet you it'll flow a lot easier. I bet you. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. How do women view my pile 3s? Your card just ran away from me. Let me go grab it. We have the Knight of Wands. How do women view my pile 3s? The Guru. How do women view my pile 3s? Ace of Cups. Yeah. I think you harmonize with women more than men. I think that you can flow better with women more than men. They're seeing this strong empathy within you. You're almost seen in a very motherly way from women. We have the peace sign in the middle of the Ace of Cups as well. I think that you're seen as very diplomatic. Someone that's, are they lotus flowers? Yeah. You've grown from a lot of pain to be able to bring wisdom to really hold yourself in a way. See, this is how women are seeing you different. It's like you carry yourself very well, and I feel like you are seen as like mama bear, papa bear. It's reminding me of, I was saying it a while ago, I was watching like a nature program, and there was a wild, like, I think they were boars, and the mother was really protective over their pack of them and the baby, and was almost ready to sacrifice herself for them. I feel like women really see you as that, like, intuitive, nurturing, motherly, looking out for them. Yeah, you're able to, you have a healing nature that I think women are able to tap into and understand more than men. It's just what's coming through. I don't know whether it's just the men that a lot of you guys have met in your life have had that harder time, because I know it's not all men. That a lot, you know, there's men that are very open to their divine feminine and very open to their own multidimensionalness and are able to see it. But I think that the majority that are drawn into you are drawn to your essence, but then confused. Whereas I feel like on a whole, more so women get you more. We have the Sun. Look how different the cards are. Pile number 3, please, spirit guys. How do women view my pile number 3? We have the 6 of Swords reversed. what was that song, You're Gonna Miss Me When You're Gone? It was from the Pitch Perfect movie, and she's playing with a cup with the Two of Pentacles at the back of the deck. You're gonna miss me by my hair, you're gonna miss me everywhere, you're gonna miss me when you're gone. That song just came through when I pulled the Six of Swords reversed. So again, there's a healing nature that I think women are more susceptible and open to, and I think that women do see you in some sort of way as a healer. I think that you are sometimes seen maybe by women as living in your own world, literally, but I think that again there is more of an understanding from women about it than men. It's like women are like, oh, I get it, they're just maybe you like to spend a lot of time on your own, so maybe you take a lot of time to go inward. Again, with you being a strong empath, you probably like to spend a lot of time on your own to revitalize. I think that women get it and are like, oh, okay, I get it, whereas I feel like men are like, why are they doing this? I don't understand. Why are they going cold on me? Why are they going quiet on me? You know, why are they spending so much time on their own? Why do they go through heaps of time single, you know, and I need to be in a relationship? Like there's questions like that. How can you stand on your own so strongly like that? And I think that, you know, I think that women almost get it more in a way. Because I think that you're seen as quite high value in regards to women and what you can bring. I think that you're seen as being able to, this is the thing about you, I think that you may have Mercury in a water sign, because I feel like you may have your Venus in an air sign and then your Mercury in a water sign. I don't know why that contrast is coming through. You don't have to, it's just something that's coming through. Reason being as well, I just think that the way you speak, the way that you communicate, the way that you talk, it has a soothing nature that women that have a strong divine feminine essence, they'll tend to be able to receive more. And you're able then to, with your words, with your dialogue, with the things that you choose to say, hit them in a way that where they need healing. Does this make sense? Like you're able to empathically understand where they're hurting and give them advice in a way that is healing to them just by you speaking to them. And I think that women understand that more. Yeah, 100%. I think that women understand that more. You have a very nurturing presence that women see, but it's almost like you're here then you're not. It's reminding me, it's a pick a card I did long ago. I can't even tell you the name of it because it would have been like either at the start of the year or even maybe last year, and there was a particular pile that came through and you may have been from there, so you may remember me telling you that you almost felt like a mist. You felt like a mystical being that was sure but then they weren't. I'm sure, now I'm not. And I feel like women do see that of you, but I think that they're more open and susceptible to seeing more of the truth of it, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's almost like you're coming through like a spirit guide in a way. That's why men are like, I want to understand, but I don't know how to understand. Whereas women are like, oh, okay, like they're more easily understanding you in that way. But still there's a confusion. I hope I'm getting it across right. Do you see my uncertainty that I'm getting it across right? Because I'm picking up on the uncertainty, like, you're definitely someone that people try to work out and ask about and talk about, like, what's the deal with my pile threes? You know, what is the deal here? And I think that different people have different stories of you, which then confuse people. So you could have, like, a male and a female give two completely different stories of you, and they're like, that's not the pile three that I know. And they're like, well, that's not the pile three that I know. But it's like, both exist at once, because you are very open to your multi-dimensionalness. Yeah. Okay, let's pull an oracle card. Pile number 3, we have Revelation. I think that came up for pile 2, I think it was. Revelation. Look at her holding that magic in her hands as well. You may even say things that, I think you're psychic, because I feel like you may even say things that hit the nail on the head and people are like, how did you know that? I really don't understand how you knew that. How would you know to say that? I'm really thirsty and you just brought me a drink. How did you know to do that? There's such a how I don't, how, like, where, like, how, like, I've got all these questions in my head. It's like, I want to dissect you sort of thing. Like, I want to understand, because I can't understand. I need to, like, lock you in a room with me and get you to spill your secrets so I can understand you. Yeah, that's what it is. Really quickly though, because I didn't really talk about that too much. Six of Swords reverse. What was that about with the women? On how they view? I feel like you help women heal. Are you like a Reiki healer? I think that you help women heal. Yeah, it's like this Mercury, like water sign, like I'm healing you with my words. I'm healing you with what I say. I'm healing you so you can help people move on. And women, for some reason, the women you draw in are more susceptible to it than the men. Okay, that's interesting. Back of the deck, we have adaptability, literally at the back of the deck. And again, green for the heart chakra, and you chose the malachite. It's like you may be my water pal because you're like water. It's like you pour into your cup, you become the cup. You come into the barge. Do you know what it's like? It's like, right, someone sees you, right? Like, let's just put you as an object. You're an ice cube, right? And like, oh, ice cube, right? And some of they don't understand the logic of water yet, right? So they're holding this ice cube in their hands. Like, well, I'm going to put it here a second on my windowsill and I'll come back for it, right? So they go away and they're like, oh, at home I've got this ice cube. I don't know what to do with it yet, but I've got it. They come back, the ice cube's no longer there, but there's only a pool of water. But they don't understand the logic of water yet. So they're like, I thought, hang on a minute. Has this just disintegrated in front of me? How could that even happen? It was a solid object and it's completely how does that even work? Because they wouldn't understand it yet, right? That's how you're almost being seen with the adaptability card. It's like, I thought you were really sweet, but I've just showed you've been through all that, so you must be really strong, but I haven't seen that yet. And it's like, how have you made all that money doing something that I don't even think is something that could make you rich? You're a painter. That doesn't happen in my world, but you've made a lot of money. How? Like, there's a lot of interesting. It's like you're from another world. Like, that's how it's all coming through. And I'm sorry if for the reading I sounded confused, but that I feel that people on the outside looking in almost find it hard to put you into words, and I kind of embodied that for the reading. So Pile 3, I hope I explained that to the best ability that I could. I'm sending you guys all my love. Hit the thumbs up or comment down below if it resonated for you. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey Powerful, welcome to your reading. So today we are taking a look at how men view you versus how women view you. So I'm going to start with the traditional Rider-Waite deck for how men view you, and then I've got the Trip-and-Wait deck to see how women view you. So let's go in. You guys chose the rose quartz crystal. I placed it in the corner for you guys. So let's start. So pile number 4, please, Spirit Guides, tap me into the collective of my pile number 4s. Tap me into the collective of my pile number 4s. How do men view my pile number 4s? I think you're definitely seen as somebody that's very attractive. Whether you're wanting to look at how men view you in a romantic sense or just in like a co-worker or friendly but like platonic way, I think that it's known that you're attractive. I think people can see that. I think that you guys may even be quite conventionally attractive, or you may be very like aesthetically pleasing in whatever way works for you. There's something very like about that I think really stands out, and I think it's something that's very pleasing to the eye, that men notice about you straight away. Pile number 4, please. Yeah, like a Venusian, like I'm thinking of rose quartz, and then I'm thinking of the heart chakra and like a Venusian sort of essence like that. That's really coming through. Pile number 4. How do men view my pile number 4s? We have the Page of Wands. I think that you guys, similar to pile 2, do tend to draw in men in a romantic way. Whether you want to or not, I do think that that does happen. Definitely. How do men view my pile? We have the King of Swords. It's almost like I want to conquer you. I know that might sound a bit like, you know, kind of bad, but it's almost like, in a platonic way, it's almost like, what's this person about? Let's kind of get into them and try and find out what they're about, and, you know, where they get their outfits from, or where they, you know, it's like that. Whereas in a romantic way, it's like, this is a prize that, like, you know, when you're in like a fair game and that you want that like really big teddy at the top, but to do that you have to like knock all the cans over or something like that. And you I'm sorry, I was just thinking of a memory in my head, but like you have to like knock the cans over and you're like really trying really hard. There's something like that, and I think there's a reason that memory, okay, let me explain something. So in regards to a romantic sense, like I was saying about like having to knock all the cans over to get the prize, I feel like men may as well look at you and think, oh, I'll be able to get them to go on a date with me. I'll be able to get them to go on a date with me. And it just doesn't go the way that they thought. Now, the reason I laughed is because when I was thinking of like a ball being chucked at cans in like a fair game, there's a place where like in Wales where there's like a theme park sort of thing there, and they have games like that. And I remember turning to my sister very confidently, very cockily, and I was like, watch me win the prize at the top, because I'm gonna knock all over like the cans. Like I was so confident that I could do it, right? And people were watching me, and I was like, yeah, watch me, like I've got a good aim. And I picked up the ball to chuck it, and I missed every single time. And my sister was laughing at me. People were very amused because I was so cocky about it. And I did not get anything. And to the point that the guy even gave me a pity prize and gave me bubbles as like, you tried your best, because I was so bad at it. My sister, who was like, I wouldn't be able to do that, bang, knocks over, and she got a really decent prize, right? So I almost feel like in a romantic sense there may be some cocky like men that may think that like I know what they'll like, I think I know what they'll like, and try and win you over, but to their annoyance even maybe, or to their own embarrassment, you may put them in their place or be like, you think I care for that? Like, you think I care for that fancy car just because I wear something fancy? No, like there is something about that coming through for you guys. That's why the memory came through and I laughed, because I was reminded of my own embarrassment. So yeah, I feel like people may, you know, or even like if men see you as competition, it's like, oh, this person thinks that they know everything, let me challenge them to like I don't know, like an arm wrestle, let's say, and then they do the arm wrestle with you thinking, I can win, you know, I can win against this person, and you just like put them in their place and win the arm wrestle. It's like a feeling of that, like, let me try and humble them, but in the end they get humbled sort of thing, which is quite interesting and funny. I almost find it, I'm being made to find it humorous maybe from you as well, like you're trying to compete with me, why are you trying to win me over, but it's just, you're trying too hard, it's not going to work. So that there's definitely that coming through for you guys. Pile 4, how do men view? Yeah, it's almost you're being looked at as a challenge. Justice reverse. Let me just my nose has been itching for this reading. It started itching pile 2, it stopped for pile 3, and it started itching pile 4. Maybe you guys were drawn to 2 and 4. And you may have an itchy nose, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of why it would be itching this much. Justice reverse, and then the back of the deck we have the Knight of Swords. Let me put that by here. Pile number 4, please, spirit guides. How do men view my pile number 4s? Again, super attractive. Looking at you is super attractive. Again, I do feel like more so men are coming towards you in a romantic sense. I do feel like men almost want to give to you in a way. It's like you guys being in a very divine feminine essence, that you are in that energy of receiving. It's reminding me, again, I obviously I like to watch nature programs. I've talked about them a little bit in this pick a card reading, to be honest, but there was this part of the nature program, and there was the female bird, and what happened was the men birds would try and win the female bird over by doing a little dance, and they're dancing around, and the girl bird just thought their dances were awful, I guess, because she was not interested in any of them. She actually ended up flying away. They did not impress her at all, and they were really putting in their best footwork to really get this female bird, you know, to like them. They were really jazzing it up, and this female bird was like, no, and she flew away. So I do feel like you almost give off that divine feminine essence, similar to pile 1, of being in the energy of receiving, being open to receiving, that people almost feel like, I must fight for you, I must fight for your attention, I must please you. Like, and even if you are a male watching this, or you're someone that has a lot of divine masculine essence, it's still a pleasing energy, because it's like, I need to show you that I can stand next to you. I need to show you that I'm worthy. That there's a feeling of that, that you give, like a level of respect, where people almost feel like they need to people please or go out of their way to make you like them in a way. But I think that that's what actually propels you away, interestingly enough. It's like, don't try and be anything other than yourself. But I think a projection of you is that they may feel that they have to, or, you know, look at this car I have, or look at this thing that I have, this is going to interest you. Or they may look at what you're into and think that they have to talk about it to get your approval, when in actuality, I think what you like more than anything is authenticity. But yeah, I do think that people really do have their sights set on you and try to go after you, definitely, especially romantically. I think that you'd benefit from, like, as well, I'm being shown, like, in a dating scenario now with men, where they'll ask what you like and then try and become it for you. I think that you'd benefit from, in a romantic sense, saying to them, like, when they say, what's your type, or what do you like, or what do you want in a partner, you saying, will you just be you and I'll let you know if I like it. Because I think that people almost try to fit your mold to gain access to you, or gain credibility from you, or gain your respect, to the point that you'll be like, oh, this person's like this, when in actuality they may be doing it as a front. That is something that's coming through. Maybe in the past you've almost been like, oh, well, you lied to me, or you weren't who you said you were, because they tried to be what maybe they thought you wanted. And it's out of them trying to please you. It's almost like a people pleasing tendency that comes through. Yeah, definitely. I think that a lot of your relationships, if you have relationships with men, would be more beneficial starting as friendships, so you can really get to know them first, and not what they may try and project out first. Yeah, 100%. Even friendships as well. I think that taking a slow approach, so that you can really see who they are. Yeah, I almost feel like men feel like they need... It's reminding me of Brave with Meredith, or what's her name? Merida or Meredith, I can't remember. And all the boys are showing their arching skills to prove that they can be her prince and her husband, and in the end she shoots the best shot and she's like, I'm fighting for my own hand, like, you know, I don't need anyone. So it's almost like people may even expect that you're very romantic and want a partner, when in actuality you're not even looking for one, you know what I mean? Yeah, men even may try and project onto you that, like, in a relationship way, again, there's a lot of relationship love coming for you guys from men. People may even project in a relationship way that you're this, like, hopeless romantic that's in relationships all the time, when in actuality you're not, you know? Or they may project that you are, let's just say you're very, let's just, what's the word? Like, you know, like girly things, whatever gender you are. I'm just like thinking of like pinks and stuff like that. So they may think you're that way when in actuality you're not, but they'll project onto you like, oh, well, you're, you know, like high maintenance and you only care for this, when in actuality you're not like that at all. So there's definitely a projection placed on you a lot from men. It could be that you wear makeup, or you pay a lot of money for certain clothes, then like, oh, that person was born rich and they don't, you know, the money comes easily to them, not knowing that you've had to work really hard for it. Or, you know, you're not doing makeup for other people's approval, you're doing it because you love art, you know. So there's projections here definitely from men, but there's still a level of, you're a prize, and do you want this cup, do you want the next cup, you know, do you want a pentacle, do you want a wand, do you want a sword, do you know what I mean? It's definitely like that. You're definitely put on a pedestal. 100%. 100%. I think that people do want to be in your life though as well, with the Knight of Swords here as well, and the Page of Wands. People keep up with you and want to be in your life. Men definitely want to be in your life, be around you, be a part of your world. It's just, I think that men more so than women tend to fumble the bag and project something different onto you than what you actually are. Women don't do that as much, I'm being told, as men. And it's their way of wanting to please you. You have very like, no matter what gender you are, you have like a goddess energy sort of vibe to you. Yeah, okay, let's pull cards for how women view you. Is there anything else from men though? I think that you are very nurturing and given to, and I think maybe people may step towards you thinking, oh, they're going to mother me, they're going to nurture me, but you really heavily put boundaries down, like, don't start. Like, your masculine energy comes in, and then people are like, whoa. And I think when you allow your masculine energy to come through, and you put your boundaries in, or you allow your dark feminine energy to come through, and you do put people in their place, I think people may really be taken back to the point that, this is men now, may be taken back and may, you know, oh, that person's bad, that person's rude, but it's not. It's they're going to be too big for their boots sort of thing. You know, you're going to put them in your place, and I think you do that very effortlessly. You guys do. May not have in the past, but you definitely do now. And I think that's something that men almost have a shock at, you know. And again, it's that same thing if you are a male watching this, or you've got a lot of divine masculine energy watching this, it's almost like they'll try and compete with you thinking, oh, I'm gonna win, I know what they are, but their own projections led them to losing because you double back and put them in their place. So it's there's definitely a misunderstanding that people have with you, which actually leads them to more respect. I think people have more respect for you when they misunderstand you first, because it's like you're able to show them the duality of this and that are true on both. And that's when the respect comes in. Then it's like, oh, okay, yeah. Why is the Justice card reversed though? Yeah, I almost feel as well like people, like men may step towards you thinking, let's, you know, be friends 50-50, let's be in a relationship 50-50, and you're like, no, we'll be in a relationship 100%. You've got to be the best version of you, I've got to be the best version of me. I'm not doing half the work on myself for you to complete me, and I'm not stepping towards you to complete you. You come to me complete, I come to you complete. And it's the same with friendships too. It's like, I'm not holding up your side, or it's not, you know, I'm not here to be a half, I'm a whole. And I think that is where people may go wrong, because they may think that you're not like that. Yeah, okay, so how do women view my pal fours? Spirit guys, tap me into my pal fours. How do women view my pile fours? Let me grab your card, it's fallen. Knight of Cups again. You may draw in again a lot of women that may try to please you, or I find that women are quite drawn to you romantically too. I think both genders are. I think just people in general, oh my god, I can't say the word. I think people in general, there we go, have that feeling towards you, to be honest. Yeah, no, I do think that. Pile number 4. I think that your friendships almost feel like relationships as well. Whether they're with a male or female, your friendships feel like relationships. They feel like a partner. Like, I feel like your friends feel like you're their partner sometimes. Yeah, like you don't do anything by half at all. Yeah. And I think that women love that about you too. Justice. Upright for the women. How do women view my power? You may have strong Libra energy in your chart. 6 of... Oh my god, you've got 2 6 of Pentacles below each other. Very interesting. How do women... Knight of Pentacles under the Knight of Cups. Okay. God, okay. You've got a lot of contrasting. You've got the Justice. Knight of Cups. Interesting. I think it's the same way. I think it's the same way for both, to be honest with you. Death. And then the back of the deck, we got the 5 of Wands. I think it's the same. I'm picking up the same energies for women as well. Yeah, I feel like women step towards you quite romantically too. Definitely. I thought because it was coming strong through with the men, it might not for the women, but it has. It's come... You're seen as very attractive very desirable by women as well. You may... This is for someone specific, but there may be a friend around you that you may think is platonic, but they may have feelings or feel quite lusty towards you. That's just something that's coming through for someone. It's a woman. It's a woman. That's for someone specific though. That won't be for everybody. Knight of Pentacles, Death. Okay. Yeah, I feel like... I think that women come towards you a little bit more genuine, because I feel like with the men energy, it's almost like I want to conquer. It's like my pride wants you to almost be beneath me, or my pride wants me to be in control. Whereas with women, it's almost like I'm not trying to necessarily gain control over you, but I am wanting to stand next to you and be in your life. So I am coming towards you with a motive. I'm hearing the Ariana Grande song with Doja Cat, Motive. There's still women coming towards you with a motive, but I think that it's more... It's less to do with pride and more to do with... Again, you've got that divine feminine essence of receiving, so women almost want to pour into you too. And you may draw in people that do try and people please you, even friendships as well. You may even find that friends morph into your values in a sense of... I had this friend once, and she was a lovely girl, but she didn't know herself too well yet. And she... I had like a friend group, and I had one friend who... did like some substances and stuff like that. It was quite reckless like that, and she got very close with that friend and went that way. And then when her and that friend drifted, she got friends with another friend, and this friend was very into like rugby. She was a bit of a tomboy. She loved drinking pints and things like that. And then all of a sudden this friend went that way and started mimicking her. And then when that fell apart, she became very close with me, and all of a sudden she was like tarot, crystals, like all of that. And I was watching it a lot. I used to suffer with panic attacks, and all of a sudden she was telling me she was having all these panic attacks, and it was like she'd mimic who she was with at the time. And I almost feel like you may draw in females that do that, whether it's in a relationship or a friendship. I feel like you'll draw in females that may almost morph into you, because your energy is consuming in general. But I feel like if someone isn't very aware of who they are, because you are so nurturing and because you have got such a strong sense of self, they may become you and enjoy being like you in a way. So you may find women do mimic you or copy you a bit. It's more so women that's coming through for, not men really. It's more so coming through as women. I feel like if men can't have you, they'll try and stand next to you. In a friendship way, I feel like if men can't beat you, they'll try and stand next to you. Whereas if women can't beat you, they'll try and become you. You know what I mean? Or if women can't be with you, they'll try and become you. So it's kind of like that, similar to number one. Really, really interesting. Really interesting. But I think that I do feel like women do look to for your approval. I think that your opinion kind of does matter to women, whether it's in how do I look today, whether it's in am I doing good in my career, whether it's what should I do about my relationship. I think that women look to you for your expertise in that. I think that your word is quite solid, and I think that women do respect what you have to say a lot. 100%. But with both of these cards coming through, I almost do feel like men and women do genuinely look to you to give them some sense of gratification or approval, often, you know. And I think maybe if they don't get it, it may turn into rejection. We have the Five of Wands at the back of the deck. It may then turn into rejection, and you may even find, I don't know if you've had like a boy and a girl fighting over you before, like a boy's really been into you and a girl has really been into you and they fought over you. Or you may find that like women may have like an envy over you because they're masculine, like their man fancies you, or vice versa. A man might not like you because their woman fancies you, or you may be seen as a bit of a threat in that sense in the love department. Definitely. Well, yeah, 100%. Why is the Death card here and the Knight of Pentacles? Why is the Death card here? I think that you have a strong positive effect on women in how they see themselves, how they view themselves. You may be someone that takes care of yourself. So they're like, oh, well, I want to take care of myself like this person. Or you may be in the gym a lot. So it's like, well, I want to go to the gym to be like this person. Or you're very confident in yourself. So it's like, well, I need to be confident in myself too. So you do have a really strong effect on women in that sense. Men, it's different. I don't think it's so much like that with men. It's still like, I either want you or I want to stand next to you. Because you're of value either way. I think that insecure people may try and then push you away or try and put you down. But I think a lot of the times people are aware that probably wouldn't work. Because again, they're showing me when I tried to win the prize with the cans, and it just didn't work for me. So I think, yeah, I think your authenticity protects you a lot, for sure. But I think that you are seen as quite desirable, and I think that men and women are very equally attracted to you. Very equally attracted to you. Let's pull an oracle card. It's very similar. I feel like men and women view you as the same. It's just the way they go about it and how they go in the aftermath of it is different. But the actual view of it tends to be the same. You also come through as very genuine. Yeah, very genuine. I think it's hard to really say anything bad about you, really, from both sides. I think you may be seen as a threat to some in romantic ways, but I don't think that even then there's anything to say in regards to this person's a bad person, this person's this or that. No, I think that you're quite liked by both sides. Pile number 4. You may be a Libra rising. Have a lot of Libra in your chart. Something Venusian here. Could be Taurus too, but I'm being taken more so to Libra. I was saying that, and the card that literally popped out for you is Aphrodite, which is Venus energy, romantic love. And I was saying people feel attracted to you and see you in a romantic light in a lustful way at times, and Aphrodite pops out for us with the pink energy of the higher heart chakra and the rose quartz. That's so funny. I love when the cards come together. That's really interesting. Yeah, you're desired. You know, Aphrodite, she was desired. And that's you. You're very, very desired by both both sides. And then we have ambition at the back of the deck, which is what I was saying about that go-getter energy. It's like we've got the Knight of Cups twice. It's like I come offering gifts. It's like the 3 shepherds. Here's my frankincense, here's my myrrh, here's my gold, you know. It's like take it all. Like it feels like that. It's almost like they're wanting to show you why they should be in your life, sort of thing. Love that for you. I love that. And I've just realized that Aphrodite energy, and we have the doves on the 5 of Wands too. Yeah, interesting. So yeah, Pathful, that is what I have for you. I really hope this resonated. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if it did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you guys are watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching.